Hey everybody, it's the Loot Doctor here. I don't usually make Darktide videos. I made like a couple TikToks about it, but I just wanted to share my build and what I've been kind of working with on the Skitarii. I'm much more of a support player, so like when I play Psyker, I like the shield and the bubble and stuff like that. But this is my like support Skitarii build that I've been kind of like running around with. Um, I use the Arc Maul. Obviously, your dump stat is mobility. I like Voltgeist and the enhanced voltaic arcs, and then damage the carapace and damage the flak. And then I use the arc rifle. Dump stat is mobility, damage the flak, increase crit strike chance, and then cavalcade and charmed reload, so that you can just fire this basically infinitely. You'll see that in some of the gameplay. And then for the what are these fucking things called again? The relics or whatever. You just run toughness ones for all of them, and then combat, ability regen, revive speed, and toughness regen. Toughness regen is usually a pretty useless perk, but if you're not familiar with Skitarii, there's a specific aura, and that aura combos very well with toughness regeneration speed, and so on Skitarii specifically, it is kind of worth it to try and build into this if you're using the aura, which we are in the builds. I have two builds. We could just jump straight into them. This is the main one, and if you're into no bullshit, you can just copy it and fucking run with it and see if you like it or not. But we'll go through and quickly explain everything, and then I'm going to show one alteration version of it that is technically more supporty. Well, here's the alteration, if you want to see it. It's more supporty, but less survivable is the TLDR of it. But we'll get into it in a second. So I start from the bottom down here, where you replenish toughness per second based on your charge count. The way that I play this build, I'm usually never on like anything more than zero charge. I kind of wish that there was more talents that involved being at zero charge. There are a couple. There is one down here, which is pretty good if you like this one. But the way I play this build is just spamming volt emitter. Like every time volt emitter is up, just press it. And that's because of all the other things that we have going on in this build. This is a good talent for cleave when you push, but we're mainly using it just to get to one of our generators. This is a capacitance generator talent. There are 4 of them throughout the skill tree. This is the first one, hitting 3 or more enemies, which you're going to do all the time with both the arc rifle and the arc maul because of the static electricity, like the lightning. And then this is capacitance every 1 second. But after you go up here, you're going to go up here to everything we do is applying electrocute, so electrocuting enemy applies brittleness is a very good talent. And then this is the aura that I'm talking about, where you and your allies will regenerate coherency, toughness, regardless of enemies in proximity, which is great because the way that I'm sure you've already seen 100 videos about this, but if this is your first Skitarii video for some reason, the way that coherency toughness works is basically when you and your allies are outside of combat or away from enemies, you will regenerate toughness fully all the way to the maximum. But it's usually turned off in combat, especially if there's an enemy within your melee radius. But this allows it to turn it that second part off, so it's always on. You're always regenerating toughness, and that's why the toughness regeneration on the curios is very good. And then from here, if you're leveling through this build, you're going to go up this way, and then you're going to go here to Retribution Conduit, and then you're going to go up to Voltaic Emitter. But, so we'll go over Retribution Conduit. This is just damage while enemies are electrocuted. Increased 5% per current charge. Again, that 5% per current charge doesn't really affect us because we're just spamming this button constantly. But unfortunately, we can't take this out of the build because you have to use it to get to this. Because of Skitarii skill tree can't go down, right? So you can't go up from Volted Emitter, like up from Overcharged Transfer Lattice to Volted Emitter and then down. You can't do that. You have to go right to left or up. So over here is taking damage, restores toughness on a cooldown, and then this is taking damage, electrocutes enemies near you. These share almost the same cooldown. I thought they shared exactly the same cooldown, but they didn't. But it's a pretty good combo to be able to like get hit, recover toughness, electrocute enemies, and then also when you electrocute enemies, you recover toughness. So these three in combination is basically if you get hit, you're just going to regenerate a ton of toughness back because you're electrocuting the target, which is giving you toughness, and then taking damage restores toughness. And then we're taking Volted Emitter. Volted Emitter is when you press it at 1 charge, it electrocutes enemies within 12 meters and stuns them. When you press it at 2 charges, it turns off enemies within 30 meters. And then when you press it at 3 charges, it allows you to apply electricity on all your attacks, which is low-key useless when you already apply electricity on everything that you use. This is like that third level voltaic is only good if you're using weapons that don't apply electricity. Otherwise, it does nothing. I've tested it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I promise you, it does nothing. There is no effect of voltaic emitter at third charge if you already have weapons that apply electricity. But it does send out one more arc because this applies 1 arc per level of volt emitter that you use, and then this replenishes toughness. So this is why we're just spamming this to constantly regenerate toughness with volt emitter. And then from here we can go and talk about, I think to the right is more important. So melee critical hits will electrocute the first target. We have to use this because it's a travel node to get to here. Capacitance, regeneration 1 per second. And then using your ability, you're going to always have this active so long as you continuously spam your abilities. You should be able to roughly get 1 volt emitter every 10 seconds in like serious fights. Range kills grant toughness per second, which is really good. And then melee kills give range damage, ranged kills give melee damage. Your skull can apply this, so if you're meleeing with your melee weapon and your skull is shooting, it will give you melee damage, and you'll give the skull range damage. And then we're using Power Overload. Power Overload is really good for the support aspect of it for your whole team. There are many things. I think this is the best support talent that the Skitarii has. This doesn't really provide with any supportive capability. None of these really do. This is like a very selfish talent, and this is also a very selfish talent. It really doesn't do anything for the team. This has multiple uses of things that it does for the team. So every 30 kills, or elite and specialist kills, that you and your allies in coherency get, you will get stacks up to 30, and then once you're at 30, you cause an overload. The overload gives you and your allies 15% damage and toughness damage reduction for 8 seconds. And then it also applies electrocution to all enemies near you, which causes them to take 15% more damage from this electrocution specifically, which is really good for you and your entire team. And then you and your entire team will also regenerate toughness and stamina during the overload, which is really good for your team. And then this is the one that's a little bit selfish. It's just for you, where you get 15% more damage, you get 20% toughness damage reduction, and then you get 25% capacitance regeneration, which will help you get your ability more often, which will help you spam your abilities to get charges more often, right? That's the whole loop of this. That's why I think all 4 of these are really important, because 2 of them are really supporty for your team, 2 of them are really selfish for you specifically and helping you get stacks. And then we'll go over here and talk about this stuff. Critical hits, we do be critting quite a bit. Honestly, if I had more skill points, there would be a pretty valid reason to go down here and get Flux Conduit. Because of Cavalcade, we are basically almost at like 100% crit chance when we're like fully wound up on the arc gun, because Cavalcade kind of turns it into like a minigun-ish, where like the longer you hold down left click, the more crit chance that you're getting, and then eventually it's at 100% crit chance, and then your charms reload is just proccing constantly, so you just never run out of that magazine. So critting is pretty good. And then toughness damage reduction, increase per turn current charge, which we don't really care about again. And then hitting 3 or more enemies combos with this, right? Gives us more toughness regen. And then we're taking the skull so that we can take the Medicae. The Medicae skull is so clutch. It's so clutch to be able to res people from distance. I've seen some arguments online about how grenade economy in Darktide is kind of fucked, and in my opinion, it's really not. There's it with the addition of Medicae skull specifically. There's only 2 people in a fire team that should ever be picking up grenades. If you're not the Hive Scum or you're not Skitarii, you shouldn't be picking up grenades. And until the devs give us some kind of fix for grenade economy, that's just how it is. I'm sorry. There's no other grenades in the game that are as worth as pretty much all of the Hive Scum grenades, and now Medicae Servo Skull. And then this talent is so goated and underappreciated in this entire skill tree. When you're full on toughness, 25% of your excess toughness will be granted to all of your allies. So you basically become a source of constant toughness regeneration for your entire team, so long as you can maintain full toughness. It's not often that you maintain full toughness, but with all of the different sources in the skill tree that we have, right? 1, 2, 3, right? Like 4, 5, 6. There's like 6 or 7, shut up, different ways for us to regenerate toughness. And all of that is being redirected to our allies, which is really cool. Or there's another one down here. I forgot about this one, but we'll go over that in a second. And then we go down, and we're going to grab this stamina, converts to damage for a little bit, and then whenever you press your ability, you restore 20% toughness for your whole team. So, and this is kind of like the conclusion of my build where I've gotten. There's no talents in this tree that I want to move personally. And that's because the talents that we remove for the second build are Overcharge Lattice, Entropy Transfer, and then Kinetic Energy Distributors and Voltaic Arcs, or Voltaic Overload? Voltaic Overload. And then we take those 4 talents and we move them to get these. Now this is more supporty but less tanky, okay? So these 3 give us a lot of self-tanking, as well as Voltaic Emitter or Voltaic Overcharge gives us a lot of self-tanking capabilities. But these talents give you more supportive capabilities. So this is a travel node. This is just that crit chance node that I showed you earlier. But this is making it so that when allies are in coherency or incapacitated, they have 25% damage resistance until they're freed. If you do manage to free them, they gain stun immunity and keep that 25% damage resistance. This is really good. I'm sorry, like Darktide players, it's so often that I see my teammates get dogged or netted or hit by like a mutant or something, and those are all counted as incapacitated states. this talent is so good. This talent should be an aura by itself. And it is actually an aura. If you don't take auras, yeah, look, see, if you don't take an aura, it counts Protectorate Protocol as an aura for you, which is really interesting and really cool. But, yeah, and then we get that toughness damage reduction, and then we go up here, and we take that specialist mark. This is a travel node, specifically to get to this, giving us another way of reviving allies and getting 20% damage resistance while we res allies if we don't have a Medicaid Servo Skull, basically. And then this talent makes it so that when you or an ally takes damage to their toughness, they restore stamina, and if you and an ally takes health damage, they restore toughness. Right, so this, like I said, this is more support orientated because these talents are really good for keeping your entire team alive. But in my experience so far, I just kind of like this version better because I feel like I'm not dying as much, and if I'm not dying, I can make sure that my team isn't dying. If your team was a little bit better at the game, like if you're in a dedicated 4-stack, I think maybe this could work out a little bit better for giving your team just more options and more survivability. But that's up to you. And then I'm just going to leave you guys with some more gameplay, besides the little gameplay section that I'll add to the front of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the build video, and thank you in advance for watching. And remember that today's prescription is good RNG.
Another dead. Discharge initiated. I approve of your
optimized your combat routines. This is good.
It is necessary. The next traitors are without number.
A lazy abstraction. Their numbers, well, best, are limited.
Do not offer false hope. You serve
His vitality is expanded. Medicaid station now in sight. Medicaid station.
Ones are not yet defeated. They will attack again.
I'm not weary of hunting them down.
This would indeed be the most efficient course. Thanks be to Omnicide.
Agent liquidated. Captain What's left of the work for death?
Is dead.
Trapper, dead!
Our unstable withdraw.
Monsters asleep.
Execute!
I must say.
Corrupted ones inbound.
Make way!
Inside. Smoke against it. Find cover. Cannon sighted. This trapper will no longer trouble us.
Human host! Do not engage!
That sorrow is unstable. Return to the battle.
Function.
Human host! I'm just getting warmed up.
A capable elimination. Capacitone is gone. The box first.
It must be destroyed.
Online is A. unassisted.